Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Dean Mazzarella is my name, Mayor for the City of Leominster, and it is a Wednesday afternoon, and we thank you for joining us here. And we'll get right off with the numbers here, and we will update these periodically through our conversations. So yesterday's active or testing positive was 47, and 32 had come off monitoring. Today is 49, so it went up 2, and the number sort of coming off is 34. So we're up 2 on the positive, but 2 down on those that were quarantined and in the removal list. So it has gone up. So this is the critical time. We watch these numbers. If everyone, this is really, it's simple math. If we do all the right things and pay attention, then we get over this and we get on the other side of it. If we don't, and the weather gets warm and we feel as though we want to get lax, and we sort of get liberal on our social distancing, we pass this thing around. And remember, the difference between this, and people will always sort of put out these things, and I'm not here to debate all those, but we'll put things out about, well, there's so many people a year die from the flu, and so many people die from car accidents, and so many people die because they stubbed their toe and hit their head. The reality is, this is very, it's very transferable. It doesn't take much. It's mostly transferred by human beings, right? So it doesn't take much to transfer this to somebody. So, and then you transfer it to somebody who transfers it to someone else. So it's kind of like telephone tag. So it's really simple. It's staying away from people and keeping distance, and that's what's going to get us through it. If not, then we do what some of the other communities have done, and that's to go to basically a whole lockdown, and it's the only way they could get their numbers down. And I'm not even sure that worked. That's still up to the debate. We're keeping an eye on those numbers in the communities that have gone to a total remain in shelter-in-place policy. And again, we're not sure what the results are. But 2 communities, Chelsea and Everett, have done both a complete shutter-in-place. So anyway, I'll give you those numbers a little later. Again, it seems as though, I guess, we're doing our job because the number of calls are actually going down at our call centers. And that is, I think, because everyone's been great about supplying me with information. But more than anything, you've been great, because I see on certain social media sites, I'll see something, somebody will say something, and then somebody jumps right in and says, no. There was a slide. I heard what the mayor said. I saw the slide. You can get it on his website, and this is what it said. And it stops the conversation from going, well, if you're on social media, you know what I mean. It could start off in West Virginia and end up in Alaska. That's the way it goes. Anyway, at 978-534-7500, extension 5055. That's our Emergency Operations Center. This morning we did a little tour. People seem to like it. It's not something that that a lot of people know about in terms of our Emergency Operations Center, but people seem to enjoy the tour, and it's helpful to know that you have systems in place when you need them. Also, today I just had a meeting with somebody. We're just talking about how all of his interactions with the city were really good, that everybody was going out of their way to accommodate them and their business, to keep them up and running. They are essential business. They provide housing, and so whatever it takes, that's been our sort of motto. So thank you to all city workers and team members, because people are just going the extra distance, and your community appreciates it. But you can call us at 978-534-7500, extension 0. And while maybe you can't come physically into buildings that are owned and run by the city, but you're all buildings. But in this case, we had to close them down, but we're doing business in a couple different ways. One is our emails. You can make phone calls still open during regular hours. And also online extensively. We've put information up there. You can download forms, Q&A sections, up to date, just about everything. All of our assessors database is up online. And so, yeah, it's been, for the most part, it's helpful. And then there are those situations where people come to the door, and again, we'll come outside and accommodate you. But there's a mailbox at the top of City Hall, right at the top of steps. You can leave things in there. You can pay online. You can pay bills, and you could do the old-fashioned snail mail way, and that's to mail them. So, but we've always can find ways to getting things done. It's almost become seamless. With the occasional person standing at the door, it's a little bit awkward, but they understand, and they'll call the phone number. All the numbers are posted on the front door. Call that number. Somebody will come down and accommodate you, and whatever it is we need to get for you, we will do. School department, just as an update, school lunch program is still up and running, doing a great job. I mean, it's it must be close to 1,000 lunches they're putting out. So the way they do it now is they do it Monday and Wednesday, and Monday and Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, right through the weekend. And that's, as I said this morning, that's a huge savings to families to be able to get that lunch 5 days a week, and actually carries you through the weekend. So all healthy snacks in there, and so we thank all those that are putting that together. And then in the afternoon, volunteers pick up, and they pick up the lunches that weren't distributed. They bring them over to Silverleaf, and then they bring them over to Riverside Apartments, and some of them go to City Hall, and some are emergency management. That way, if there's a family that can't make it to those other jurisdictions, then we can get them to them. But by all means, if you can't get to any one of those sites and you have a transportation issue, please, if you could call us at City Hall, we'll make sure you get one. Yes, I believe so. Will the lunches be served next week during teachers' spring break? I believe the answer is yes. I will double check on that for you. Here's our COVID-19 update as of yesterday at 4 o'clock. And so we're at 28,000 total cases, and Worcester County is 2246. Total tested, 126,500. Total deaths, 957. That was up 113. That's sad. And so we've really got to watch these numbers. It can't just be, hey, we're doing okay. We're getting maybe 2 a day in a city of 45 to 50,000, where the daytime population probably be over that. We can't say, well, you know, we're doing really well, we can sort of get a little lax. No, this is the time to tighten it up, get us to the finish line, because it's clear that this is a people giving people virus. And it's clear to me because in Middlesex County, where most people live, in Suffolk County, in this state, is where those numbers are literally through the roof, and where I'd say 45% of the people that have contracted it, 45% of the people that have passed away from it are all in those jurisdictions. So that certainly says something to me. Here we go. We'll update. I guess people like to see these numbers. Oh, by the way, yesterday we had a power outage, a couple of them, but the one on Elm Street lasted, it was hours. I think they didn't get to, I got the power back notification after 3 in the morning. So it was out 8 hours, 6 hours, and I don't know specifically what the problem was up at Elm Street. I assume it's because of high winds, the trees against high-powered lines. Remember, those lines are live. Even though your power is out, there's still areas there's still power running through some of those lines. And so anyway, I'll try to get you an answer, but I know it was a long time before we could get people back on. But everywhere else was pretty quick in getting that on. But I'll get you the answer tomorrow morning as to what took so long. So here we go with the numbers, if you want to post that up again. 5 in Ashburnham, 25 in Athol, Auburn with 29, Athol with 20, Blackstone with 14. You can see it, 33 in Clinton, 102 in Fitchburg, 29 in Gardner, 47 in Hudson, 78 in Leominster, 171 in Marlborough, 46 in Northborough. And it's pretty strange that Northborough would have a high number like that. They're a lot smaller than we are, and less than half the population that we have. But 36 in North Bridge, 95 in Shrewsbury, same sort of situation as us. We're a little lower. 17th in Southborough, 31 in South Bridge, Spencer with 6, Sterling with 6, 15 in Sutton, Townsend with 7, 13 in Uxbridge, 34 in Webster, 66 in Westboro, 9 in West Boylston, 19 in Winchton, and 868, which is a really big number for Worcester. I know they're probably 3-4 times the size of us, but their number is much more than 3 or 4 times. It's like 8 or 10 times what we have. Testing sites, there they are. Community Health Lake is doing testing. I believe the nursing homes themselves can do testing now. Health Alliance, Reliant. I don't know how many they've been doing at Health Alliance per day, nor do I know the information from Reliant, but we'll certainly ask for it on the next conference calls. But Health Alliance, no matter where you go, first start off by making a phone call to your physician, let them know what let he or she know what your symptoms are, and based on that, they will recommend you to go to a testing site, or maybe not. Really depends on your symptoms. And you can go to the CDC website. They give you all the information about symptoms, the Q&A stuff that you need to know. From the governor's information today, total individuals subject to quarantine. So they're breaking it down a little bit different now. So this is the new weekly cumulative data. The total individuals subject to quarantine thus far has been 17,605. Of those individuals that have completed monitoring, 8,000. And total that are currently under quarantine, about 9,500. So you almost have that balance between, and this is what you look for, is the balance between those that are complete monitoring and those that are under quarantine, to see that sort of balance out and then begin to go the other way. But I think we've got some time to go with that. The personal protection equipment distribution update: 2 million gloves, 820,000 masks, 370 masks from the Kraft Foundation, 170,000 gowns on the way for distribution over the next 2 days, 500,000 masks and another 250,000 Tyvek suits. And new info, visit mass.gov, COVID-19, for a list of equipment that has been distributed so far and where it's gone. New info, system to track hospital beds available. Remember last week I was saying, well, it's just difficult to understand or make sense of how many, how bad is the situation when we don't know how many hospital beds are available, how many intensive care units are, and how many are empty. And so now they're actually posting that. So you can go to, they're listing it as 175,000 beds available for COVID patients, including 6,000 acute, 2,500, maybe it's 17,000? I don't know, 175 sounds a lot, but I'll double check on that. 6,000 acute and 2,500 ICU beds and 750 field beds. 398 nursing rest homes in Massachusetts. 130 million has been made available for staffing and supplies, including 10% mass health rate increase for all nursing homes. Another 15% if they created a COVID wing, and $30 million for designated COVID facilities like Beaumont and Worcester. Family Health Line for nursing patients, 617-660-5399, and about 1,100 people have been assisted through this phone number already. And the BUOY, health.com, online healthcare resources, has assisted 70,000 people. So there's some important new information that we're sharing with you today. If you have any issues, questions, just post them here on my Facebook if you have it, and we'll be glad to read them off for you and get you the answer. As I said, everyone's been hopeful, letting us know as people start sort of sharing information, they can jump in and say, wait a minute, no, I think that's my information might not be 100% accurate. Remember, you always want to be diplomatic. You want to insult anybody, and then give them the correct information or send them to the right source. So Massachusetts and 6 other Northeast states in post-pandemic economic compact to coordinate strategies to reopen their economies after the coronavirus pandemic eases. And again, that's what we've been doing, is sort of planning it out. We'll talk a little bit more about that. There's the testing sites, how many PPEs have been distributed. 50% of Massachusetts hospital beds are available for various types of care. But remember, if somebody needs an intensive care unit, that's a little bit different, because not all of those other 50% of the beds are equipped with the equipment that they need. So keep that in mind. Mobile testing sites, how'd it work? Unemployment forms are available in Spanish. You go to mass.gov/DUA. And the sexual assault, domestic violence hotline, 877-785-2020. Nursing home family resource, we were just talking about that, 617-660-5399. Are you a healthcare worker that would like to help? Sign up at mass.gov/join COVID. Here's some local reminders. talking to Joanne Donato today about the Apple Blossom Festival up at the farm at Shoalin Farms. And, you know, maybe they can't do the festival, you know, the Apple Blossom Festival as they typically do. But, you know, it would be nice if people would make a donation to Shoalin Farms. So we'll let you know when the buds start to pop, and we have the, you know, and it could be, might not be on a weekend. Maybe it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll let you know about it. We'll publicize it. Keep your distance. Take a walk through. Take some pictures, whatever it might be, and maybe make a donation, because part of that fundraiser is what they use to spray and maintain, you know, the crop. And so the buds look good this year and healthy, but you know, they need funding to help keep that farm alive. So, sorry, that has nothing to do with anything other than I swallowed my own spit. Okay. I'm better now. Don't you be trying to cash in my life insurance policy. We've extended the day. So if your taxes are due May 1st, if you can pay them, fine. If you can pay May 2nd, fine. If you can't, we're giving everybody till June 1st. No extra penalties. Same on the water sewer bills. We extended it 30 days from when you get it, because not everybody gets it the same day. And we will not charge interest or penalties for any bill that was due after March 10th. So a lady had contacted me today. I think it was her excise tax bill. Go ahead and pay it as soon as you can, but if you can wrap it up by June 30th, that would be helpful. Don't forget, you can go online and pay your bills online, be real fancy, show off to your friends, or you can pay by writing a check and sending it in the old-fashioned way, but still nice. People write little notes in there like, happy to pay my taxes. No, not really. Anyway, you can also leave them at the top of the City Hall stairs. There's a mailbox there, and you can leave them there. Okay, hey, listen, this is serious stuff. I didn't know some of this myself, but the fire department was kind enough to share this with us. It's on our website. If you'd like a burn permit, you need to call. There's the hours that you need to call, between 10 and 4 every day. You do have to call every day, so if you plan on 3 fires, you need to call 3 days. And what's it for? Well, you can't just start, like, burning anything. Like start ripping down your, you know, garage and start burning it. What it's for is open burning of brush and cane, driftwood and forestry debris, excluding grass. Excluding grass, hay, leaves, and stumps is permitted. So let's read that again. The open burning of brush, cane, driftwood, and forestry debris, excluding grass and hay and leaves and stumps, is permitted until May 1st. So that depends on the weather conditions, or as they say, the atmospheric conditions. Permit is required by contacting the fire department, and you just, you know, these are common sense things. Don't put these things close to a building within 75 feet. Don't use flammables to try to accelerate, to get that fire going. You know, people dump gas on it, you hit it with a match, next thing you know, you're running around and your clothes are on fire. Don't think this stuff doesn't happen, and don't think you are in control of the situation, because everybody that's ever been burnt by one of these fires, it was an expert in lighting fires. So, you know, wait for a dry day, and keep a fire extinguisher or a hose or something around that you could put out the fire with in the event that it gets out of control. You've got to be at least 18 years old, and it has to be, and this is the other thing, is we'll get calls and people will ask, you know, I have a neighbor and they're burning their brush or whatever it is that they're burning, and it's so smoky and it's coming into my house and we can't even breathe. And so that's common sense. So if the wind is blowing in a particular direction and you're burning brush, you know, maybe wait for the next day. And we're running out of time. We've got about another 2 weeks or so. But anyway, it's common sense, right? So here we go. Russ and Kim at Infinite Design have reported in that they have been rebuilding those laptops and electronic devices, and we're beginning to hand them out, and we do all of the screening to those that get these, because they're of no cost and you get to keep them, so kids get to keep them. So our goal is to get every single kid who doesn't have an electronic device, and also get them hooked up to a internet. So how do you get internet? Well, if you're eligible, and that top line tells you whether you are or not, but you should call. Go to Comcast Essential Program and tell them what's going on in your life. They're probably going to give you 2 months free, and then it's $9.95 plus taxes after that. So not a bad deal. Let's get these kids connected. And as always, if you have an electronic device and you're not using it and you think you are, I guarantee you won't. In fact, when you open it, you'll even forget the password. I'll bet you 9 times out of 10, that's how long it's been since you used it. Bring it down to Kim and Russ at Infinite Design, 134 Lancaster Street, and they'll wipe it out for you. So all your recipes that you didn't want to share with anybody for all these years that you had embedded in your computer and you didn't want to be shared with anybody, they won't be. They'll wipe it clean. And it's what they do for a living, so they know how to wipe clean a computer. And they'll reboot it up, put all the necessary software on it, and get it into a kid's hands who otherwise would never get a chance to have their own electronic device. So new grocery store guidance. And we're going to have, again, store owners, we just have to use some common sense. And I know myself, I'm staying away as much as I possibly can. This is a people giving people sort of virus. I don't think you're getting it off an apple, although you should always wash your, whatever it is that you're eating. You should always do that. But I don't think this is, we're getting it from each other, right? People passing it to people. So they have new guidelines, and they got lines out front, and there's all kinds of neat things that they're doing, but it's for your own good, as long as people stay away from each other when they're in those lines. Mass Cultural Commission, Mass Cultural Council, in the event that you were making somewhat of a living in the arts, you may qualify for a $1,000 grant. Grant means an outright payment. So you can go to massculturalcouncil.org. Stimulus checks, they're coming in. I'm going to say it every time. I can't believe the federal government is really on top of this, but they've been doing a good job, and they are sending those checks out. I'm seeing people all day posting that they're getting those checks, and if you are on direct deposit, they'll just just automatically deposit your checking account. So check to see if it's in there. If it's not, you can go to the website, the IRS website, and log yourself on, and they will. You can put your information in, and again, they'll electronically send it to you. If you didn't do 2019's taxes, guilty as charged, they'll use 2018. And for non-filers, you can go to irs.com and click on non-filers and put your information in, and they'll send you your check. There's some more information there. Again, all of this is on our website at City Hall. Here's some more employee assistance information. For businesses, you can call our office if you like, and we will refer you to either Nikki or Melissa. We'll also refer you to North Central Mass Chamber of Commerce. There's their phone number there, 978-353-7600, or you can go to their website. Also, SBA website, the number of people that have said they've already been approved for small business assistance, so that's great. Some say it's pending. They should know anytime. So I do have hands off, right? Hats off to the federal government. They said the checks would come, and they did, and they said, in the business applications that most people would know pretty soon. So here's a job fair coming up if you're looking for work, and there are people that are hiring. It's a virtual job fair. To pre-register, it's April 17th, so pre-register if you can. It's coming up quick. S. Percival, that's Scott Percival's email address, spercival@masshire.northcentralcc.com. Yes, we plan on having Memorial Day, and yes, we need to clean up those cemeteries, and it's a good place to keep your distance. So think about those markers on the right and helping to trim some of those out when you get there to do maintenance. Sometimes there's overgrowth and you can barely see some of these stones. Honestly, I said it this morning, I stick to it. You take a butter knife and cut around it, you'll be cutting all those weeds around it. So I already got a few, this is going to get competitive. So we have as sponsors, American Harley Davidson, Central Flag, the Claw Shop, and we also have Global Gym. They're all going to give prizes. So everybody picks up their leaves, they put them in bags, and they put them out front. Well, take a picture of those bags, put your family out there if you'd like, and send us a picture. at dmazzarella@leominster-ma.gov, or any one of our members, team members at City Hall in Mayor's office. Send it to them. And I just saw one today, and I can't pull up the picture because I'm sort of reading my messages here, but it had to be 25, 30 bags. So whoever gets and fills the most bags and sends in their picture, we'll be doing this up until May 30th. They will be king, queen, prince, and princesses of the of leaves, and that's a very honorable distinction. It will get you into places that you never could have dreamt. And so anyway, get those pictures in. It started this past, actually April 6th, so get those leaves. You know, when you catch a nice day, get them up, because you don't know if you're going to get a week of rain, and that's not good. And then we'll be up against the clock, and you might not get them picked up, and we're not going to run it any longer because our solid waste bill is already exceeding what it was projected to be. So anyway, April 6th through May 30th. DPW and Water Department is out there flushing. They were down by Walmart today in that area of Lancaster Street. So they're working in that area. So if you live off Lancaster Street somewhere, Mechanic Street, again, put some water in some jugs just in case you need them. Give blood, 1-800-RED Cross. Resources for kids, Leominster Public Library, and families, and everybody really. Just go to leominsterlibrary.org. Free Wi-Fi at Leominster Public Library. Conservation Commission has some things. You can go to our city website, and there's some things there for kids to do. And yeah, so it's all happening. Registry, if you don't have to go, don't go. Just talked to the registrar the other day. If you don't have to go, don't go. They're extending everything like stickers and license and some renewals. But if your license plates are running out, just go online. I mean, you could do most of this online. If not, 857-368-8000. And you go to, we do have a few registries at the top line, second line, open there in Fall River and Brockton and Lawrence and Pittsfield and Plymouth and Springfield. So we do have some that are open. But if you're getting a new registration for a car, you might have to go if your insurance agent doesn't, if you have a commercial driver's license. So for those things, one needs to go. Yes, we have a number of businesses that are still opening. Some are, you call, they'll leave it out for you. You call, they'll ship it to you. You call, they'll deliver it to you personally. But anyway, here are some of the businesses that are still operating, and you can find them by going on to our Leominster Community Facebook page. Okay, United Way is tomorrow? Wait, is tomorrow Thursday? Wow, the week is flying by, I say with a grin on my face. United Way, not only taking donations, but also assisting others. So you can go to their website, Growing Places. Today they're out there doing their fresh fruits and vegetables at the Senior Park, at Senior Center, and then the park on Mechanic Street. Catholic Charities, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 to 4:30. Ginny's Food Pantry, again, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 10 to 1. And in addition, now delivering thanks to the partnership with the emergency management and you volunteers. That's how it gets done. And the RUK program for those that might be shut-ins, elderly or disabled. And you just call this number right there at the bottom, 978-534-7560, extension 3432. Okay, ready for boot camp? Here we are, Dr. Mazzarella's boot camp. Assume you have the virus. Assume everybody you come in contact with has the virus. Assume everything you touch, any surface at all, is somehow or another compromised. And soap and water. Even if you get that big block of soap somewhere at one of those discount places, you get it for $1, it works the same. This is a virus. It doesn't like soap. And also hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, everywhere you go, everything you touch. If you can't wash your hands, hand sanitizer. So keep a distance. Obviously, wear a mask if you can. I have one, and people will ask me, well, why aren't you wearing it? Well, there's nobody here within 30 feet, right? How far are you back there? 30 feet. And we want to thank our sponsors here. Thank you very much for all those sponsors that have given back. Every single day, it's more and more. And let me tell you, I'm not just saying this because it's just one of these things that every mayor says, but we have helped supply almost every community in the area. And as I said this morning, we actually got a call from Quincy to help them out. Every police and fire EMS has been here, the hospitals, nursing homes, assisted living, some churches that needed some protection, on, and we have supplied not only ourselves, and we're not just hoarding this stuff away, we're actually sharing it with other communities. And as I said this morning, Quincy did us a favor during the ice storm, sent out equipment and laborers, and we are so grateful, and they returned the favors. They say it all comes out in the wash, right? Mary Ann Blanchette, guess who I saw working on the front lawn today? You must have heard, I said this morning that I know he's making breakfast for you in bed and everything, but noticed a little bit on the front lawn maintenance, wasn't looking up to par. And so today, when I was heading to a meeting, lo and behold, guess who was out there with the lawnmower? That's right. Takeout and delivery, yes, there are a lot of businesses that are participating. You should call them first if you can, if they don't answer. But here's some of the, some businesses get really busy at certain times. Anyway, here's the list. And this is all takeout and delivery. You should call and find out if they offer both. But there they are. It's the largest list in Northwester County of businesses participating. Yeah, if you sign up for to be a volunteer and they haven't called you back yet, don't panic. There's still plenty of time. We're sort of picking people based on what their skills and needs might be, but don't panic. We're not shy. We will definitely call you. Yeah, Marianne, I saw him out there. I was very impressed. Either you told him or he heard me, one or the other. But anyway, I'll be by for an inspection later on this week. Okay, so you need to get out. Let's see where that slide is. Okay, I mixed up a slide here. But let's go back to off-premise alcohol. So if you like some alcohol with your food, you have to order food. It has to be one of the pre-approved restaurants who have the proper licensing to be able to distribute this. But you can actually order your food and order some alcohol, and they'll deliver it to you. How's that? It's got to be between 12 and midnight. The person that delivers it, accepts it, has to be 21. Limited to 192 ounces of malt beverage and 1.5 liters of wine. So those are pretty much the easy way to do this. And it is temporary. It's not for good, but who knows, right? They may pass a law to make it permanent. So there we go. If you really need to get out, and I say if you really need to get out, common sense again, get down to a location in town where there's nobody and a few people. We were at Doyle this morning or yesterday. I don't know, the days just start to blend. Yesterday. And everyone's keeping their distance. I checked a few of the areas today. Again, people keeping their distance. The feedback from the trails has been spectacular. 26 miles of trails, all kinds of parks around the city. Barrett Park. If I wish I had a dime for every time somebody said they had never been to Barrett Park, and now they go and there's like waterfalls, and I never knew it was here. So those are all good things. Also, I was talking about Shoalin Farms. They could use some volunteers this year. You'd be surprised the talents that you have that you didn't know you had. So if that's something, there's plenty of spacing being on up there, personal space. So if you are interested at all, you can go to their website, Shoalin Farms, and they also have a phone number there that you'll be able to get, and you can provide email. But anyway, you might be able to help them up there at Shoalin Farms. Don't forget that all of our information is rebroadcast on WLPZ 95.1 FM. They have wonderful programming there. There's so many cool things on that station. I never turn it on and hear the same thing twice. But also they stream at WLPZ.org. We also stream here at Leominster.tv. So here's that list of, it's a pretty good list, and it talks about hospital in Massachusetts, the county, how many COVID patients are suspected and or confirmed, and then another column for COVID patients in ICU. And so they have Leominster listed here. Health Alliance at 19 suspected and confirmed at 19, and 3 in ICU. So 19 as patients that are suspected and confirmed. And as I said, 3 in ICU. But that could change. I mean, this is state gathering all of this information as they get it. I don't know. Let me just check here one thing. See if we got updates. Today's state numbers. Here they are. Total cases, almost 30,000. That's up 1,775. Worcester County, 2,350. They're up 104. Total tested, in Massachusetts are 132,000. That's up 6,000. So the testing they really are moving quickly on the testing part. Unfortunately, the deaths in Massachusetts are up 151 to 1108. And yeah, so we got to take this serious. This is not time to wave the white flag and think that somehow or another, this is going the other way. There's no sign at all that this is going another way. You may hear him talk about that in other states, but that is not the case here in Massachusetts. It has not started to go the other way. Are we preparing for when we can begin to do some soft openings with certain businesses? Absolutely. Are we preparing for what happens in June and July and August and for the fall? Absolutely. And we have a bunch of what-if scenarios, but we're planning for all of those things so that we can help local businesses. So if you have a local business, you need some help, some ideas, putting a fund together to be able to help some local businesses. But that's what we're all about. That's what we're there for. We're your local government. In times of need like this, that's why you should expect us to assist you, and we're there to do so. So, one little swig here. I want to thank all those in the medical industry, no matter what your part is in it. I know it's a team effort from what I've heard from everybody. No matter what the job is, it's been a, hey, that's not my job, how can I help? Which is great. All those in public safety, police and fire. It's a different world. It's a different world to begin with. All of a sudden it changed just a month and a half ago. The calls that they get are more complex, and they have changed. I want to thank all the staff at City Hall. They are working hard, going out of their way above and beyond to try to help people out. But again, we are public servants. That's our job, and we should perform. Thank those that have to work in the service business, those in grocery stores, convenience stores, pharmacies, whatever it might be. We want to thank you as well. So, and anybody out there that's a caretaker, that's taking care of somebody, caregiver, if there's somebody out there that's running prescriptions for somebody, or somebody that's running to get groceries for somebody, everybody's helping, right? This is we're all together. Alone is the theme that they use at CDC, but all together we can help each other. So be kind, be nice, be well. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'm not sure where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere at 9 a.m. So get those leaves picked up, because got this emailed to me today, and it looks like they're doing pretty well. He's got quite the pile of leaves, and it looks like he wants to be, he wants the trophy for the most amount of leaves. So get them picked up, send a picture to us, dmazzarello@leominster-ma.gov, or you can look on the website. There's tons of emails there, and people that work at City Hall that you can send them to, and they'll send them to me, and we'll get you out there. So final numbers for the day. In Leominster, 47 active and 32 cases off isolation. So, we may add 2 and then take down 2 on one side. So that's where we're at today. Okay, thank you. Thank you to the staff here at Leominster.tv and 95.1 for making sure that we share this information in a number of different ways. Good night. Be safe. Be well.